Hey everybody, welcome back to our next math lesson on this great Tuesday. I do want to see what sportswear you're rocking today. I'm rocking the Packers. Send me a picture because it's William McKinley Spirit Week this week. But today for math, you have to do the rest of the iReady mathematics packet. So we're going to be on pages 27 going to page 32. Now, I know my mathematicians love doing fractions. So today you are going to be telling me the fraction of the figure that is shaded. So I've done the first one for you. Remember the numerator and the denominator. Remember, the numerator is telling you what's shaded or unshaded, and the denominator is the number of equal parts. So how many equal parts do you see here? 1, 2, 3. And how much is shaded? 1. 1/3. Now, if they were to ask you for how much is unshaded, you would have put down 2/3. So let's look at this one. I'll move my screen a little bit. This one, how much is shaded? Well, I see 2 pieces are shaded. And then remember my denominator is missing, and that one means how many equal parts do you see? How many equal parts do you see? And I see 2. Oh, let me copy and paste this. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I see there are 2/3 because there's 2 parts shaded and 3 total parts. All right, nice job. So what I want you guys to do is finish the rest of these 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. And remember, think about that numerator is how much is shaded, and the denominator is how many equal parts you see total. So if you're stuck, go back and look at my 2 examples, and then you're going to finish the rest of these, okay? All right, so let's keep going to page 28. Now for 28, you are describing parts of a whole with fractions continued. So I went ahead and I drew you the first part. Draw a circle that shows 4 equal parts. Do you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I have to shade 2/4. So remember what the numerator means. It's how many parts are shaded. So 2, 1, and 2. So I see that there are 2 pieces out of a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just shaded 2/4. Now for number 10, it says draw a rectangle that shows 3 equal parts. 3 equal parts. You need to make your rectangle with 3 equal parts. And then you're supposed to shade 2/3. So remember this 2 is how much on your shade. You're shading 2 out of those 3 equal parts. For this one, you're drawing a square. And then number 12, you're drawing a circle with 6 equal parts. And you're going to shade 5 of those sixths. All right, you guys got this. You guys are awesome at fractions. Now for 29, you're still doing fractions, but this time we're going to be doing fractions on a number line, which we did this in class all the time. So let's go ahead and let's look right here. We have our whole numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3. And just like in class, I'm going to box my whole numbers because that's a good practice of getting into. Boxing your whole numbers. Because remember, fractions are pieces of the whole. So I can see that each whole is cut in half. And look, they gave you the first answer, 0. So this would be 0/2, 1/2. What would be an equivalent of 1 whole with halves? 1/2, I should put, are you thinking? I'm going to get my writing here. I should put 2. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, if I can. I don't know, I might just go ahead and I'll just move it. It's 2, and what's my denominator? It's 2 halves. 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves. What would be here? 4, and what's my denominator? I'm going to copy this one again. 4 halves. 1 half, 0 halves, 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves, or 2, because 4 divided by 2 equals 2. What would be here? 5 halves. Gotta get my halves. And then this would be, how many halves? 6 halves. 6 halves. So now let's count. Oh, I probably could put my 0 halves here, so it's all connected. I'm going to go ahead and do that, just so it's all connected. So we have 0 halves, 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves, 5 halves, 6 halves. And let's see if it plays out, because remember, division and fractions are connected to the same. Because look, 0 divided by 2 is 0. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And you can see how it checks out. So now for B, you're going to use the number line to solve problems 1 through 4. And what it's asking you is it wants to know how many equal parts are between 0 and 1. So what I would do is I would get your pencil and let's make little hops. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So that means this number line is split into fourths. So 0 fourths, 1 fourths, 2 fourths, 3 fourths, 4 fourths. And how many equal parts are between the numbers 1 and the number 2? So we got to do it again. Now we're going to try to change colors. Let's see if it works out. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same because it's split into fourths. And so I want you to do number 3. What fraction does each part show? Fraction. And write fractions and label all these marks. So I know 0 fourths. This would be 1. I don't know if I can write it. Ooh, can I do it? Yep. 1 fourth. What would this one be? 2 fourths. So keep going. And then for page 30, you're going to continue and you're going to think about A. What number is A? It's going to be in fractions. You can't tell me it's 1 because 1 is here. Remember, here's my whole number. My whole numbers are here, here, and here. So what am I cut into? Well, let's look. 1, 2, 3. So I'm cut into thirds. So how much is A worth? How much is B worth? Thirds. How many thirds? And how much is C worth? And D. And then you guys are done with fractions for this page. D, it's again asking you what fraction is D, E, and F. So here's a whole number. Here's a whole number. And I have to see how much it's divided into. So I got to do my little hops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm divided into eighths. So if this is 0/8, how many eighths is this? It's worth 1/8. I don't know if I can fit it. D is worth 1/8. How much is E worth? And how much is F worth? Good luck, you guys, on fractions. On Zearn, we were doing a ton of this. So hopefully you guys are going to get better at doing this with your pencil. And the very last 2 pages today are clocks. Okay, so just page 31 and 32. You are doing all about telling time, which you did a ton of this in 2nd grade. And we did a lot of elapsed time in 3rd grade this year. So for numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, you have to just tell me the time the clock is showing. What time does the clock show? Just tell me the time. So remember, just a review in our head, the hour hand is going to be the smaller hand and the minute hand is the larger. So I can see where my hour hand is at. It's not, I can see where it's pointing. It's not quite 9 o'clock. It's going to be 8 something. So in my clock, it's going to be 8, but I don't know my minutes yet. I have to look. It's going to be, ooh, let me bring this over here. It's going to be 8. Now I have to really look because I know 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and it looks like 26. So it is 8:26 because I'm not quite 8:25, I'm 8:26. All right, I want you guys to finish the rest of these clocks. And then for this one, these are kind of fun. You have to draw me, you have to make the hands 16 minutes after 1. So that means the time I'm looking for is 16 minutes after 1. It's 1:16. Can you please draw me 1:16? Now this one's a little bit trickier. It's 7 minutes before 9. Before. So it's not quite 9 o'clock yet, which means that it has to be 8 something. 8 what? But it has to be 7 minutes before 9. So I think about my clock. Let me look. If this is 9 o'clock, before I get to 9 o'clock, I'm 7 minutes away. Well, this is 5 minutes away. 5 minutes is 55. So let me go back 2 more minutes because 5 plus 2 is 7. 55, 54, 53. So you need to show me 8:53 because let's see, count 7 more minutes. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60, which we know that means an hour. So draw me 8:53. Good luck on these. And I want you to do 7 and 8 by yourself. 35 minutes after, oops, I didn't mean to bring that, after 3, and then 26 minutes before 8. So really important, your hour is going to be after 3, so 3 something. This one's before 8, so it can't be 8 something, it has to be 7 something, okay? And for number 9, it's kind of a creative one. Write a word problem that could use one of the times shown on one of the clocks. So pick any clock you want, any clock out of all the clocks you've seen, and create a word problem. So for example, if I pick this one, I might say 1:16. What could my word? 16 minutes after 1. So I could make up a story about 16 minutes after 1. So I'm going to go ahead and think of something that could actually happen. All right, so I thought of a story. I said when the clock shows 16 minutes after 1, Mrs. Bush is going to pick up her class at lunch. But Mrs. Bush is running 4 extra minutes late. What time does Mrs. Bush actually pick up her class? You guys, I want to challenge you. You can either create your own problem or you can solve my problem. All right? I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Have a terrific Tuesday. I miss you all so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.